Hi there, astrology lovers. Welcome to Star Sign Horoscopes. I'm your astrologer, Jamie Magee, and today we're going to be taking a look at the astrology for April 28th through May 4th. I do hope you're having a great day. I really appreciate you tuning in.
Hey, Joji here. I'm Astrology Hub's podcast producer and an astrologer over at Astrologer Connect. I just wanted to make sure that you knew about Astrologer Connect's Reading Bonanza Month. We're going to have all sorts of special events, but the biggest thing is that any reading booked in April. So even if you're having a reading all the way in December, as long as you book it this month, you are eligible for a 20% off by using the code April 20. And if you actually go right now, call for an instant reading, you actually get the first 10 minutes for free. Again, this is happening all throughout the month. And to claim your discount, all you have to do is just go to astrologyhub.com/connect and use the code April 20. All right, I'll see you soon.
Okay, so on May 5th, we will have our second eclipse of this eclipse season, which is just on the other side of the forecast we're going to talk about today. So on some level, you could feel yourself building toward this energy as you move through this week. This is definitely a good time to trust your intuition. Now, let's take a quick look at the transits over the next few days. We have the sun who will meet with retrograde Mercury. With this energy, another side to a story could reveal itself, and or you may clearly see some revisions that you need to go ahead and make. We also have Venus who will square Neptune. Now, this energy is also going to be a bit revealing. It's going to help you see through the fog and tap into hidden truths right there in the plain sight. Then we have Pluto moving into retrograde, which will help you see what long-standing stories, the stories could be up to 14 years old, that you need to wrap up and end so you can fully step into your power and a brand new story that's trying to emerge. So as you can see, there are a lot of layers to the week ahead. Some of them more so on the subconscious level, even though on the surface, it kind of feels like we're all kind of going through a information traffic jam. But with this energy, I definitely want you to make it a point to observe twice as much as you speak, because that's where you're going to find your answers and really know how you feel about what you're hearing. Now, again, remember, this forecast is a high-level overall view of how your sun sign or rising sign will perceive or work with these energies. All right, let's dive in to this week's forecast. Hi, Taurus. Let's take a look at your week. Now, Taurus, your top three focuses are going to be 1, big ideas, 2, values, and 3, revisions. Now, let's talk about why. At times, it can be hard to grasp all the ideas and information coming your way this week. You have a lot to say, and so do others. Now, the chatter may be about a new topic or another side to one that you really thought that you were clear on or had settled. Listening is never easy in this kind of environment. However, if you sit with your thoughts before you respond, you will be able to get to the bottom of what's important about the information that you're hearing, which will help you bring clarity and truth to something happening in your social circles, your allies, or maybe something close to your dream, a dream that you have. It will also help orient you on what you want to focus on right now and going forward. Now, if it comes up, if you have the opportunity, I definitely encourage you to lean into those invitations to wrap up old stories, clear any karmic spaces that you have, so you have an opportunity to move forward with both clarity and purpose into the new beginnings that are just around the corner. I do hope you have a good one. I look forward to seeing you next time. Hi, Gemini. Let's take a look at your week. Now, Gemini, your top 3 focuses are going to be 1, ending to begin, 2, networking, and 3, a new vision. Now, let's talk about why. On many levels of your life, you're discovering to go forward, you must go backward or inward in reflection. You're filled with ideas, but may have a hard time landing all or one of them because you're certain that you're missing part of the story. Now, the more you reflect on this matter, the clearer you will get because you probably are missing something. Take an opportunity, any opportunity that you have to clear space in your life, even if that means having like a conversation that would normally be challenging and just kind of clears the air. Sometimes avoiding conflict actually causes that, and then we do not want to do that with this energy. Now, in this process, you may discover that there's a difference between how you are known, what your reputation is, and how you want to be known, how you're reflecting to others and what they're reflecting back. Lean into who you are and what you want to attract into your life. This will help you shine and attract those with the same vibe as these new stories start to kick off. I do hope you have a great week. Look forward to seeing you next time. Hey, Cancer, let's take a look at your week. Now, Cancer, your top 3 focuses are going to be 1, networking, 2, inner work, and 3, ending to begin. Now, let's talk about why. Now, your social circles are likely to feel extra busy this week. At times, it will be hard to discern the truth from the chatter, from the noise. Now, this is true from every sign. Every sign of the zodiac is working with this week. But for you, it's going to feel very external, involve a lot of people and a lot of information, which is why you definitely want to take your time with what you want to say before you say it and sit with what you hear too. Doing so will haze out any distractions and reveal that truth that you need to hear. Make it a point to reflect or turn off notifications for a bit to help you tap into that soul deep voice. Now, in your life, there are endings that are obvious that need to happen. There are others that can easily be missed. Your reflection, that time that you really sit with your thoughts, will help you see how to end and begin with a lot of grace. Better yet, it will help you strategize the best way to begin this process of wrapping up and stepping forward. Trust your instincts, and you're going to do just fine. I hope you have a good week. See you next time. Hey, Leo, let's take a look at your week. Now, Leo, your top 3 focuses are going to be 1, your reputation, 2, transitions, and 3, networking. Now, let's talk about why. Now, life could feel really busy around your career, your reputation, just how people know you, or anything that has to do with authority figures, you being one or working around one. Now, this could be both inspiring and confusing, depending on how you receive or share the news with others. So definitely listen twice, then react. Now, if you understand the opportunities and challenges clearly in front of you right now, which is why you want to take your time, you will be able to attract the allies and support systems you need in your corner. Now, it could involve that you have to learn something new or you have to share something that you know with others. Either way, what's found in this share of knowledge is going to support you in the short term and the long term. Now, with so much change happening, who you are in alliance with and how this impacts your work is likely to come up. This is not a quick topic to unpack. There are some revisions or loose ends that you need to tie up on this matter. Think about what you're in service to, your home work-life balance, where power lies. Is it healthy or unhealthy? And is there seasons that it's healthy and unhealthy? As you work with these revisions, keep your end game in mind. The rest of the steps will fall into place as long as you know where you're going. I do hope you have a good week. Look forward to seeing you next time. Hi, Virgo. Let's take a look at your week. Now, Virgo, your top 3 focuses are going to be 1, new directions, 2, partnerships, and 3, your passions. Now, let's talk about why. Expansive new ideas are likely this week. And because there's so many, it could feel a little bit overwhelming at times. Like, what decision do you make? You could have a lot of opportunities to teach or share or explore or really just elevate how you communicate day in and day out. And it's going to be really connected to something about your brand or what you have passion for, what you love without condition. Now, there's a chance that those who are close to you will have a different opinion about how you should use these opportunities or which of the opportunities that you should choose. But you want to use a little bit of discernment with that as well, because you are still in a position to attract those into your life who can really support, your public image, your reputation, that path that helps you connect to your purpose. So who you have in your inner circle and their opinions could shift over the coming weeks. But from the vantage point that you have now, you're definitely starting to see which partnerships are not as strong as you would like them to be going forward. Now, if this happens, if you're starting to doubt the information that you're getting or who you are trusting, really just kind of ground in the moment, make it a point not to let your thoughts run away with you. Sometimes the best way to find clarity in these situations is to reflect on how you got here, what past, present, and future is playing into these relationships and opportunities. What is your heart attached to and why? Why do you have that passion? Your why is very important. These answers will help you dial into what direction and decision that you ultimately need to take. I do hope you have a great week. I look forward to seeing you next time. Hi, Libra. Let's take a look at your week. Now, Libra, your top 3 focuses are going to be 1, transitions, 2, new directions, and 3, your roots. Now, let's talk about why. That limbo feeling of being between two worlds may seem really intense at times this week, but trust that that deep rooted work that you are doing is making a difference. It is guiding you exactly in the direction that you want to go. Now, I will say, because this is woven around a personal transformation, soul deep, something that's very intimate, or possibly with shared wealth or shared legacy, it could feel extra tender as you navigate this energy, especially if there's an overload of information. Now, something to keep in mind is that everyone is holding a strong opinion as you work with this week's energy. So it's important to be aware of how deeply you are listening, how intent you are listening to your partner before you respond, and noticing if they are listening to you before they respond. In those really intense situations of having a communication break, you're going to get further if you take a break and let your emotions settle and recollect your thoughts before you go back than if you just kind of keep going in circles with it. Those breaks are definitely going to help you clear your head and remember why you were saying what you were saying, or why you need the change that you are, really asking for at this point in your life. Definitely follow your heart and you will be able to land on your feet. I promise. Have a great week. I'll see you next time. Hi, Scorpio. Let's take a look at your week. Now, Scorpio, your top three focuses are going to be 1, your partnerships, 2, wealth, and 3, what you're passionate about. Now, let's talk about why. Now, you are in the midst of a heavy transitional period around partnerships or any relationship that involves you and one other person. So it could be client, it could be intimate, all one-to-one ones. Now, this week, it can really feel like you are racing forward and standing still at the same time when it comes to agreeing or taking action within these partnerships. Now, if you find yourself reacting to what you're hearing or a change that's being given to you instead of activating the change that you desire, that's when you want to take a step back and digest what you're hearing, what you're learning, and really reflect on what you want to convey so you can sway the conversation and make sure that your point of view is heard and that you feel like at least validated that I said what I needed to say, and where everything lands is exactly how it's supposed to land. And I will tell you that there's a lot of opportunity mixed in with the noise this week, that back and forth, buzzing energy. The pause that you take, that step back, is going to help you really find that gold, that opportunity. And more than likely, that gold that you're looking for is hidden behind a revision that needs your attention, that these changes will start to reveal. Now, because you have the ability to attract a lot of financial support within these partnerships, it's also important to keep your long-term vision in mind and be honest with yourself and where your heart is when it comes to the topics that comes up this week. This will be a gift to not only your present self, but definitely your future self when you're making decisions. I do hope you have a great week. I look forward to seeing you next time. Hi, Sagittarius. Let's take a look at your week. Now, Sagittarius, your top three focuses are going to be 1, your work, 2, health, and 3, partnerships. Now, let's talk about why. Now, this is going to feel like a really busy communication week, as we talked about in the opening. There's going to be a lot of big ideas and back and forth communication. What I would really encourage you to do is to lean into that gift that you have of seeing the big picture and really avoid getting lost in all the endless data points. Don't get in the weeds, like rise above it. Be open to the feedback that you receive or any revisions that kind of are brought to your attention by yourself or others. Because as you dig into that process of revisions, you're going to find a hidden reward or a perspective that will really launch you forward faster than you can imagine. Now, your goal is to ensure that your health and wealth are supported. To have both, you need clarity in your daily routines, strong foundation, and partnerships that are really aligned with you. Now, all of these areas will feel heightened at times throughout this week, but remember, whatever surfaces, you really want to give your attention to it, or at least kind of hold that high vision of it. The task that you have as you take that high level view is to either enhance a really good plan that you already have or re-envision one that has a hidden opportunity that is really going to, serve you well in the short and long term. I do hope you have a great week. I look forward to seeing you next time. Hi, Capricorn. Let's take a look at your week. Now, Capricorn, your top 3 focuses are going to be 1, your work, 2, your creation, something you love without condition, and 3, your daily routines. Now, let's talk about why. Now, your attention is still deeply wrapped around things that you love without condition. Now, this could be your lover, your children, something that brings you a lot of passion that you've created, even your entrepreneurship. And this is the area where we're going to have a lot of back and forth chatter, where we're going to hear another side to a certain story, or we're going to see, okay, we need to revise this so this makes more sense for everything involved. Now, the complication is there's going to be a lot of ideas and a lot of news about what's coming in. And because your heart is attached to this matter, it's going to be hard to step back and let the information settle before you react. But I definitely encourage you to give yourself some space, let everyone's thoughts and attention settle a little bit before you look for solutions. Now, I do think that the solutions that you need for all sides to feel comfortable, or how you can really, sit with this story, is going to be found in your daily routines. Really, like, what do you do day in out? There's a revision there, or there's a shift that you can make there that will help soothe out whatever is stirred up this week. Seeking clarity and breaking through any illusions about what you have the capacity or the bandwidth to do day to day is also something that could come up. And once you identify this and name it, you'll be able to see the solutions and open doors to things that are hidden right there in plain sight that are going to lead you to success. I do hope you have a great week. I look forward to seeing you next time. Hi, Aquarius. Let's take a look at your week. Aquarius, your top 3 focuses this week are going to be 1, your roots, 2, passions, and 3, reflection. Now, let's talk about why. Now, on some level, you feel like you have jumped into the deep end and you're not really sure if you're ready to be there. Now, the good news is that you are far more balanced than you may feel. Little adjustments are going to make a big, big difference, especially at a foundational level of your life. Now, many of those who are close to you are also going to feel a little bit in flux, kind of unstable. Now, keep in mind that all sides are looking for change, even if those ideas about how to get there are vastly different or have no hope of aligning. If possible, take a moment to consider where your heart is on the matter and what your core deep values are. Do they feel aligned? How well resourced are you to make these changes? Sitting with questions like these will really help you see and act on ideas and transitions that are right there at your roots and really ready for change. It's just how to do it that you have to work out. I do hope you have a great week. I look forward to seeing you next time. Hey, Pisces, let's take a look at your week. Now, Pisces, your top 3 focuses are going to be 1, communication, 2, your roots, and 3, self-expression. Now, let's talk about why. Staying flexible and not taking anything too personally will be the key to working with this week. Your daily routines will be busy, and notifications and revisions and emails, they're all going to be there with strong viewpoints and feel extra loud. And though you will be more than willing to work with others to kind of listen to them and hear what they have to say, I definitely want you to make it a point to ensure that you are in agreement with the revisions that you're being asked to make. Let your intuition be your guide. Ignoring your gut feeling may enhance instead of reduce the revisions that are just around the corner. And at times, you may also feel a little bit imbalanced between your foundations and who you are becoming, where you came from and where you're going. And it's not always easy to know where to lean when these kind of topics come up. But in this case, I really want you to be honest with yourself, ground into your reality. Where are you now and where do you want to be? These questions are going to be great guides to how to work with this energy, not only in the short term, but definitely in the long term. I do hope you have a great day. I look forward to seeing you next time. Hi, Aries. Let's take a look at your week. Now, Aries, your top 3 focuses are going to be 1, your values, 2, reputation, and 3, communication. Now, let's talk about why. Health and wealth is still a big topic for you, Aries. This week, you may find yourself looking closely at what is important to you and why. Topics about your earning power, your skill sets, and self-esteem are all likely to come up. Now, you may need to revisit an agreement you've made, or even how you view yourself inside of this agreement. Are you comfortable? It's often easy to over or underestimate our value when it comes to these kinds of things. The invitation that you have is to get really clear on this point. What is important to you and why? What is that value? Are you fairly compensated for your skills? Now, once you sit with this and kind of turn it around in your mind, you will clearly be able to see some opportunities that you have to negotiate that are probably hidden right there in plain sight. It's just important to kind of break through any illusions that you're giving yourself or that others are trying to soothe over for you. Look for that truth. You'll find it. I do hope you have a great week. I look forward to seeing you next time. All right, this is our week. I do hope you found some helpful tips about how to work with it as we move straight into that next eclipse on May 5th. Now, remember, if you'd like some more insight about how this is going to be playing out in your personal chart, you can definitely check out our brand new platform, Astrologer Connect, where you're able to connect with expert astrologers instantly or by appointment. You can learn about all of my colleagues and what they focus on in their readings at astrologyhub.com/astrologer connect. You can find and book with me directly. I love meeting all of you over there at astrologyhub.com/Jamie Connect. All right. Have a good one. I'll see you next time.